So obviously, head coach is priority one for the Raiders. Who the hell is going to be the captain of this ship? And it got me thinking, is the Raiders head coaching position attractive? There's only 32 jobs in the NFL for a head coach. So a lot of people want them. But when you're trying to get the best of the best, if you're trying to get the very best coach, you want to have a really great job. You want it to be a place where people want to land. There are currently 7 head coaching positions available. Raiders, Panthers, Titans, Seahawks, Falcons, Chargers, Commanders. Patriots probably, we're still going, but as of right, January 10th, 8:41 p.m. West Coast time, there's 7. I went to actionnetwork.com. I just Googled this, and this guy, Brandon Anderson, had this article ranking the 7 available positions.
All right.
Worst to first. You know who got worst? Raiders. Now, I was prepared to hear a logical conversation and some data points to be like, wow, I didn't think it was that bad, but let's hear what he had to say. And this guy's full of shit. A couple of things that he said. The Raiders have one of the worst quarterback situations in the league. That's kind of true. There's some truth to that. Jimmy Garoppolo never going to be the answer. Little reason to think Aiden O'Connell is anything at this point. Las Vegas Raiders pick 13th in the draft, too low to get a top quarterback, which is true. Within striking distance, but you're not going to probably get a top quarterback there. Although, if you believe in J.J. McCarthy or maybe Jaden Daniels falls, I mean, there's, Bo Nix, like these guys. Like,
what has J.J. McCarthy shown you to show you that he can be an NFL quarterback? He throws 12 times a game.
I mean, that's an exaggeration, but
he threw 13 times in the national championship game.
Yeah. Well, it's because Washington proved they can't stop the run. There's some truth to that. Like, look, I'm just saying there are a lot of scouts and experts that are like, yeah, J.J. McCarthy, I think he's got a future. And there's 32 scouting departments, right? Are there going to be a few of them that think he is? I don't know. We don't even know who our GM is. Maybe he's going to like him. My point being, there's 2 massively great quarterbacks. There's probably at least 2 more first rounders and maybe 5 first rounders at quarterback. So to say we're not within striking distance of a good one, who knows? He also said, what talent does this roster have that will matter to the Raiders? Devontae Adams is 31, still in his prime. Josh Jacobs is 26, in his prime. Max Crosby, obviously fantastic. There isn't much else, according to this guy. The roster is barren without answers, but it's producing. The defense was fantastic, despite the lack of stars and giant names. And then he starts getting weird. Also, don't forget the competition in the division. Andy Reid won't be around forever, but Patrick Mahomes will be. Justin Herbert will figure out how to win one of these years. The Broncos are a bit of a mess, but found some solutions this year and are pretty much always competitive. The Raiders are the 4th team in this division and have been for a while. We got 2nd in the AFC West. We have made the Broncos our bitch for 4 straight seasons, and we keep splitting with the Chargers because they always find a way to fall apart. I will say that we're going against some pretty hated coaches, right? Depending on who the Chargers get. But to say we're the least attractive head coaching vacancy in football, what say you, Soto? Are we worse than the Panthers, Titans, Seahawks, Falcons, Chargers, Commanders?
If your view is you need to have the quarterback situation settled to be an attractive destination, then yes, because I think we have, because of our draft position and like what he said, because of the quarterback room currently, it's the worst position currently, but that's putting everything on who your quarterback is. Now, if you take a look at, a new guy comes in, he wants to get his own quarterback. Well, the Commanders have the 2nd pick. The Falcons have the 5th pick. The Seahawks, Geno Smith has been doing pretty well with how long are you going to ride with Geno Smith? Who knows? Titans got their guy in 2nd round last year. Panthers got the guy in 1st round. So the Chargers got their guy. So the Raiders quarterback position is the most up in the air, and it's also the least. They're in the least position to address it. So from that perspective, I can see why he would say that. The other stuff, is assuming a lot. You're assuming that the head coach who comes in is going to, not keep Patrick Graham as defensive coordinator, who's shown he can take this group of players and get them to play at an extremely high level, right? Mm-hmm. So you're assuming a lot. You're assuming that, there's going to be a dramatic drop-off in Davante Adams' play coming right this next season. You're assuming a lot of things.
Yeah.
I think the team is a lot better than what he's giving the Raiders credit for, but he's not wrong about the quarterback situation. Not only do they have the worst quarterback room, I think, but they have the worst quarterback, the worst capital to address it.
I think quarterback there's certainly a lot of truth there. We'll see what happens with the Titans quarterback room. We'll see, who the Commanders get, Falcons, those are all still wild cards. But I will say this. It also depends what you're looking for as a coach. If you want an owner that's not going to meddle at all, I mean, Mark Davis will talk to you, like he'll talk, but he doesn't make personnel decisions. He's not phoning down to the sideline saying throw the ball deep like his dad. Mark Davis.
You're taking a shot at Tepper, I think. With the
I'm taking many shots. Pew, 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 pew. I think city matters as well. I think a lot of people would like to live in Las Vegas as opposed to Seattle or DC, right? I think that matters as well. Chargers don't even have their own stadium.
Chargers owners, a really sweet facility, though.
They do.
Facility.
They do. That's a priority for you. So he got some things wrong, but I think a big thing for any coaches coming in, of course, is the most important position in all of sports, and that is who's taking the snaps. And the Raiders don't know. The Raiders simply don't know who that is. Also, like if you're an offensive-minded coach, you're like, great, defense is taken care of. Let me do the offense. That makes it more attractive too, depending on that element as well. So the devil's in the details. If you're painting with broad strokes, I can see a case. And I didn't think it was for a while. I was like, yeah, like all we need is a quarterback and this thing's firing. But all you need as a quarterback is,
a lot.
All I need to be is a rich and famous and I can bang Megan Fox. Like that's all it takes. All I got to do is be rich and famous. Well,
just rich. She don't care about famous.
No.
It's rich.
Hey, you made it to the end of our video. Great job. I know you want more. Go ahead and click the next video. And if you're feeling crazy, go ahead and subscribe.